across Canberra and its surrounding regions. This is Win News.
Tonight, the light rail extension gets a major federal cash splash. Authorities call for calm after a COVID vaccine blunder. And the new committee to scrutinise our problem-plagued prison. Good evening, I'm Bruce Roberts. Also tonight, the last straw. Macca's scraps its last 3 plastic straws in the country. The federal and ACT governments seem to have found some rare common ground. Light rail stage 2A. The Commonwealth today committing more than $132 million to the project from Civic to Commonwealth Park.
A big cash splash from the federal government for Canberra's light rail could prove just the ticket to revitalise the second stage of the network, which has been stalled by complex approvals processes.
Won't be too long, be all aboard this congestion-busting, job-creating, hope-building, confidence-creating project. This is so exciting.
The Feds today committing $132.5 million towards Stage 2A from Civic to Commonwealth Park, a figure to be matched by the ACT government.
Every little bit helps, and $132 million is nothing to sneeze at.
It comes 3 weeks after 2A gained federal environmental approvals, with the go-ahead still needed from the National Capital Authority and ACT Planning and Land Authority.
Of course, the planning is well underway. We expect that planning to continue through the year, and by next year, we'll start construction.
Environmental approvals for Stage 2B from Commonwealth Park to Woden through the Parliamentary Triangle are still a way off.
It does also require approval of both houses of Parliament, so I'll be calling on these two gentlemen for their advocacy and support and their vote for the project when it ultimately comes before the Parliament.
Stage 2 in total is expected to cost at least $2 billion, with 2A operational by 2026. Emma Groves, Win News.
The Health Minister insists improper dosages of the Pfizer COVID vaccine are no cause for alarm. It comes after a doctor gave 2 elderly patients more than 4 times the recommended dose at a Queensland nursing home.
Both patients are being monitored and both patients are showing no signs at all of an adverse reaction. But it is a reminder of the importance of the safeguard.
Several different size doses were given to patients during clinical trials.
During those trials, the side effect data was not a high problem.
Meantime, 4,600 GP clinics have now been approved to administer the AstraZeneca jab Australia-wide. Victoria's former top cop is taking on Canberra's problem-plagued prison system as chair of the new Oversight Committee. The team will meet to address issues including staffing levels and training and accusations of racism towards inmates.
After years of concerning reports from the Alexander McConaughey Centre, Christine Nixon says it's time for action.
I'll do my very best to bring about some of the reforms that clearly the government and the committee wants.
The new head of Canberra's Prison Oversight Committee will spend the next year implementing recommendations from a range of reviews and reports on the system, focusing largely on the officers who work there, staffing and rostering the first priority.
We'd like to see within a couple of months that there'll be some changes put into place.
This government hopes the committee will help improve conditions in the Territory's prison system, but critics argue there's not enough focus on detainees.
I mean, I'm sure that she will make a difference for the officers, but I'm not sure how that's going to filter down to the prisoners.
She says there needs to be an independent look at allegations of racism in the facility.
I don't think it's going to address the entrenched racism that's in AMC. No amount of training is going to change that.
Ms Nixon, who is Victoria's former police commissioner, has promised Aboriginal welfare is on the agenda.
So I think it's really working with the Aboriginal elders to work through what are those sorts of responses that we need to put into place to deal with that issue and to make it a safer place.
But it remains to be seen who is appointed and how the alleged racism will be addressed. Eliza Watson, Win News.
Preliminary findings into a helicopter crash that killed 2 men, including a Goulburn flight instructor in a training flight last year, reveal the main rotor of the aircraft struck the passenger cabin in flight, causing it to crash. 36-year-old instructor Nicholas Brink was killed alongside 54-year-old Victorian Andrew Goldman, a Moora Shire councillor, when the aircraft crashed near Marulan in December. The ATSB report says a number of factors could have contributed to the crash, including turbulence, pilot input, engine issues and aircraft controllability. One of Australia's biggest fast food chains has binned the single-use plastic straw for good. The 3 remaining plastic straws at McDonald's Manuka today becoming collector's items for some.
These famous white, red and yellow drinking straws now a thing of the past.
I'm delighted to say this is the last McDonald's plastic straw in Australia, and it's obviously on the way out the door.
Macca's making good on its commitment to transition to a sustainable alternative following last year's inaugural plastic summit.
It takes 868 tonnes of plastic out of the Australian business by removing the plastic straw, as well as over 512 million straws.
The news sparking opportunistic eBay users to try and flog some of the very last straws online for hundreds and even thousands of dollars. But McDonald's aren't the only ones making a move. Coles announced they will stop selling single-use plastic cutlery and tableware. Advocates say it's time for consumers, government and business to come together.
We don't need to be relying on single-use items at all. They're designed to be used once and thrown away. There are much better alternatives.
Well, we've got a plastics plan coming up a bit later on this year, and we'll see, I think, more commitment from industry about what they will do with plastic.
It's hoped more companies will follow suit, with Australia using 3.4 million tonnes of single-use plastics a year.
We can do better. We need to reduce our reliance on these items, but a couple of the announcements that have come out this week are really encouraging.
Natasha McFarlane, Win News.
More Canberra businesses will likely be able to take part in the ACT government's Choose CBDR discount voucher scheme when it's rolled out later this year. It follows criticism of the eligibility criteria in an estimates hearing.
Tuesday's estimates hearing may have quickly become a heated discussion about the problematic Choose CBDR scheme.
I think a $2 million scheme is nothing to be sneezed at.
Oh no, just wondering how we got to the $2 million amount.
But today, cooler heads prevailed.
I've been really appreciative that Leanne has agreed to meet with me.
I did speak with the Minister this morning. If the scheme can be turned around and overhauled and make it helpful to mum and dad operators, yes, I say let's do that.
The Shadow Business Minister initially critical of the 3-week discount voucher trial, given it received $500,000 in funding, but only $310,000 was redeemed. And yesterday in estimates, this admission of a big expense.
With $123 for administration.
$123,000 is a lot of money spent for not much business take-up.
While strict eligibility criteria, including that the business received JobKeeper, meant Choose CBDR was only open to 2,000 local businesses.
So that's something that I'm really actively considering at the moment, is making sure that we do capture all of those businesses that we want to capture.
The recent budget allocated $2 million to the scheme for a full rollout. Emma Groves, Win News.
The Eurobodalla Shire Council has crossed the halfway point in replacing bridges destroyed in our Black Summer fires. The bridges make up some of the $23 million worth of infrastructure damaged across the Shire's road network.
During the bushfires, to come around a corner and see your access cut off in the bridge, especially when you're trying to escape from the fire, it's just devastating.
11 crossings crumpled by the flames have been replaced mostly with concrete to be more fire resistant. 8 more bridges are in the process of being replaced. There is a buzz around the ACT this summer, and it's not a good one. Canberrans are being urged to be aware of European wasps, with reports of nests jumping from 50 to 400 in just 6 weeks. The Territory Government's dedicated hotline has been kept busy as the potentially deadly insects become more active. A steady stream of yellow and black wasps entering or leaving a hole in the ground, a small entrance around doors and window frames, or just activity around the roof could indicate a nest. If you spot one, steer clear and contact the hotline. After the break tonight, the new exercise program improving the lives of Canberrans living with muscular dystrophy. Plus, Falau Fainga ruled out of the Brumbies showdown with the Tars.
Gogglebox is back.
Let the games begin.
Yes! Where are these people from?
Thursday on Win.
Get $4,000 to spend on that special thing for the house. Refinance your home loan with St George and get $4,000 cash back to spend on whatever you like. Search St George Refinance or ask your broker today.
When COVID hit, Emily's partner started working from home. They were using their car less, so they switched to Yui and saved $530. When your life changes, your insurance should too. Yui, you insured.
I feel like something new.
Discover a new world of deliciousness.
Murray River Salted Double Chop.
Try the new Tim Tam Crafted Collection. What more could you wish for?
Australia. Whoever came up with this place deserves a pat on the back. I mean, think about it. There's birds who can laugh, mammals who can sing, and walls that can tell stories. There's cities that start where the waves end, and 26 million weird and wonderful characters. This is a place that took one look at the rulebook and said, nah, here's a platypus. And you know the most incredible thing of all? A holiday here this year is just what we all need. So get out there, Australia. The best is in your backyard.
Right now, my mates at McDonald Jones are offering an incredible $60,000 cash discount off their range of homes. And for added reassurance, they'll guarantee today's price for 20 months. Don't miss out. Get along to a display home today.
Pre-rinsing wastes up to 40 litres of water. Let's end this. With Finish, if you promise to stop pre-rinsing, we'll donate 40 litres of water to those who need it most. Join the movement. Finish.
The King Anniversary Sale is on now. Save on the best in Australian furniture design, including the iconic Delta sofa range. Why buy ordinary furniture when you can come home to King? Sale on now.
At ECG Electrical, we pride ourselves on designing and installing personalised solar solutions. From quote to install, our in-house team are here for you every step of the way. Reduce your energy costs by installing solar today. ECG Electrical, your local solar specialists.
Introducing Voltaren Osteogel 12-hourly. With just 2 applications a day, it gives you joint pain relief for the whole day and all night. Next time, why not try Voltaren Osteogel 12-hourly?
Get $4,000 to spend on that special thing for the house. Refinance your home loan with St George and get $4,000 cash back to spend on whatever you like. Search St George Refinance or ask your broker today.
This might look easy, but if $250,000 was on the line, would you hold your nerve?
10 seconds, 15 cylinders. So less than a second per cylinder.
Oh my gosh! The Cube with Andy Lee premieres 7:30 tonight.
Canberra's only specialised exercise centre for those with muscular dystrophy has launched its first program. In the next 12 months, the Lifestyle and Exercise Education Program, or LEAP as it's known, will help 25 Canberrans get active and better manage their condition.
Rob Oakley's diagnosis could have signalled the end of his active lifestyle.
When I was diagnosed, I was 18 or 20, and in those days the doctor's attitude was pretty much, well, you've got muscular dystrophy, that's bad luck, but there's not much you can do about it.
Decades on, the Paralympian and avid water skier has continued to defy those notions, and now he's helping others do the same.
What we do here is provide a safe environment for them to train and to understand the best ways to approach training with muscular dystrophy.
you.
Allied health professionals tailor individual programs for participants who come in for group sessions each week.
Depending on the type of muscular dystrophy they've got, what their level of function is and what their goals are as well, we'll provide them all different types of programs.
Plus there are classes on nutrition, dealing with anxiety and more.
This group started out as being purely exercise and it's turned into something really beautiful, that it's a really good support group now.
This first full year of LEAP is being funded by the John James Foundation. Organisers are confident the program will continue to grow. Eliza Watson, Win News.
There's a new health warning tonight about a danger lurking in our backyards. ACT Health says as we approach autumn, death cap mushrooms will become much more common, especially around the base of oak trees. The fungus can be fatal to humans and animals and have been more common this year due to our wet summer. The best advice? Don't eat any mushrooms picked in the wild, and if you find a death cap in a public place, immediately report it to Access Canberra. Students at Googong Anglican School have been brushing up on their knowledge on how to care for the planet. With an important lesson from their enviro mentor, they're being reminded of what should and should not go into recycling.
Throwing out much more than just their lesson plans, reinforcing what goes where.
There were about 4 or 5 things that didn't go in the right bins, but then we had a helper to put them back in the right places.
At Googong Anglican School, it's all about learning the ins and outs of what it takes to be environmentally friendly.
We do workshops based on waste, composting, recycling, gardening, saving water, litter. So we cover a range of topics.
And while composting and recycling might be second nature for some, others are still getting the hang of it.
Sometimes I put like cardboard in the rubbish bin, but now after today I'll try and remember to put cardboard in the recycling bin.
I learnt that you can't give oranges and stuff to the worms.
The lesson not only an education for the little ones, but also hopefully for their mums and dads too.
We want to teach them from a younger age that they can educate upwards. So we want them to go home and teach their parents the stuff that they've learnt from today.
With waste already a big focus for the school, it's all about helping tackle a bigger social issue.
We have a blue bin, a red bin and a yellow bin, and sometimes some kids muck it up, but we try our best to put the right things in the right bins.
Natasha McFarlane,
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Win News.
Time for Midweek Sport with Amy Duggan. And Amy, Josh Hodgson is raring to go and get back on the field.
Absolutely. It has been a long return to the Raiders. Co-captain will play his first game in more than 7 months on Saturday, hopeful of getting some valuable minutes under his belt in the lead-up to round 1.
2 fan favourites making a comeback in 2021. Raiders line back on shelves thanks to the return of the milk. Josh Hodgson, the perfect taste tester, as he prepares for a comeback of his own.
It's been a long road, but it's just finally come around. It'll be good to get a hit out. I'm just looking to just get some minutes in early and just do the basics well.
The hooker had originally been pencilled in for a round 1 return following his second ACL injury, but will instead be unleashed on the Roosters on Saturday.
Stick asked me if I wanted to have a hit out in the trial, and I didn't want to just say no just for the sake of it, to tick a box and to make other people feel better. I feel good and I feel ready to go, and I've been doing everything, so it just kind of made sense.
His teammates not surprised.
I think he's ahead of schedule, and that's the type of person he is. He's one not to go down without a fight.
A host of Raiders will return from injury in the clash, including Corey Horsburgh, who'll be desperate to put his best foot forward following his conviction for drink driving.
He's a great kid. He'll take whatever punishment he's got to get, and then he'll be back flying.
2,000 Raiders and Roosters members will be allowed through the gates at Seaford for the trial. Action is due to get underway at 4. Caitlin Chalmers, Win News.
The Brumbies have made just one change to their starting side for Saturday's showdown, with the Waratahs, Folau Fainga, ruled out with a toe complaint, paving the way for Connell McInerney to start.
He's not a rocks and diamonds player, he's always
You know, he's always very consistent. He's very comfortable now. You know, he's played a lot of Super Rugby now, so and he's pushing Falau every week to start. So it's his opportunity.
There's one change on the bench with Lachlan Lonergan coming in for his first appearance of the season for a grudge match against a Waratahs side that's been left reeling following a bruising first-round encounter.
They obviously had a disappointing first round, but we know they're going to come down the highway and obviously not want to get rolled over, so they're going to be right up for it.
Both sides have a final hit out on Friday. Nathan Lyon will be out to spin New South Wales to victory when they meet Victoria in a Sheffield Shield rematch, which starts tomorrow. The off-spinner starred in last week's showdown between the sides, finishing with 10 scalps on his way to his 600th first-class wicket before a second innings collapse from the Blues handed Victoria a 4-wicket win. New South Wales made 2 late changes for the clash today. Jason Sanger and Liam Hatcher coming in for Test stars Mitch Starc and Steve Smith. Play is due to get underway at 10:30 at Blacktown Oval. A win will see the Blues hold on to a top 2 spot. That is it for sport.
Terrific, Amy. Thank you very much for that. Let's talk capital weather now with Christina Prentoska. And Christina, a couple of showers on the way tomorrow.
Just a medium chance of some showers at this stage, Bruce. All the details coming up.
On West, all new Thursday. Bondi Rescue is back.
Don't be surprised if we do 100 plus rescues today.
Then, the all new season of Territory Cops begins.
I'd like to give you a pat down, but I don't think you got anything on you.
We're taking you from the ocean to the outback. Tomorrow on When.
Peace of mind. It's hard to find these days.
Seriously?
Fortunately, Glen 20 kills 99.9% of germs and viruses, including COVID-19. Glen 20. It's peace of mind you can hold on to.
At Spotlight, save more at our Homemaker sale. 50% off Platinum Day-Night Roller Blinds. 50% off Avalon Blockout Eyelet and Pencil Pleat Curtains. 50% off Forward Venetian Blinds. So roll it, open it and keep it cool for less. Sale starts tomorrow. At Spotlight, it's what you make it.
Dinner, a constant struggle, wasting time buying food you don't need, stuck in a rut of the same recipes. With HelloFresh, dinner is better. Easy recipes and delicious meals that everyone enjoys. Order your first box today at hellofresh.com.au. Inspiration delivered.
We're a local building company with all your construction needs under the one roof. Whether you're thinking about doing your next home renovation and you require attention to detail, or you're about to embark on the new home building journey, let us at Tozer Construction Group guide you through the process. We also specialise in commercial fit-outs and all types of insurance building solutions. Tozer Construction Group, all your construction needs under the one roof. Check us out online at tozergroup.com.au.
Got everything?
Mum's birthday. Luckily, it's easy to send flowers same day Australia-wide. easyflowers.com.au.
How do you know? You know we sell the biggest range of workwear in the district, but what about this? Fire extinguishers, first aid kits, para webbing, steel posts, bollards, eskies, spill kits.
Sears Workwear, Barrier Street, Fishwick.
Now you know.
Joanna Holiday Park, just 15 minutes from Bateman's Bay and 1,000,000 miles from anywhere. Jump online now for our specials.
Life is good.
Bed Match at 40 Winks takes the confusion out of buying a bed. And right now, get any size mattress for the price of a single. That's a queen, king or super king mattress for the price of a single. But hurry, ends Sunday. 40 Winks, serious about sleep.
Even when we can't meet face to face, MEJ is still here to help. Their experienced lawyers are available to chat with you online. So if you or someone in your family have been injured in a public place, an industrial workplace accident, suffered medical negligence or institutional abuse, or have a will and estate dispute that you need help with, call MEJ for proper compensation. So don't delay, call MEJ and get support from the comfort of your own home. Let's go.
Mod would have taken testing to new extremes. Would your wood decking survive extreme staining? Would it survive extreme scratching? Would it survive extreme sunlight?
This wood, Extreme Guard by Modwood would.
Would your wood survive the extremes?
Modwood would.
When we spend more time at home, electrical safety is more important than ever. So if you get a shock or tingling feeling from your metal appliances, sinks or taps, you could have an underlying problem and need to report it to Evo Energy. And if you're doing renovations, it's important to use a qualified electrician for all electrical work. And remember, never overload power points or piggyback power boards or double adapters. Stay alert and stay safe.
This report brought to you by Canberra's local energy distributor. Evo Energy is here for you in all conditions, 24/7, now and into the future.
Welcome back. It was another chilly morning all round. Minimum temperatures were between 3 and 7 degrees below average for this time of year. Tonight's weather photo is from Renee, who captured this wattle tree. A gorgeous splash of yellow. Wonderful snap. Thank you. Let's look at the details from today. A few showers at the coast. Nowra got to 21 degrees. Further south, mostly cloudy and cool. 14 to 20 was the stretch at Maria. Looking inland now, it was very cool to start around the Alps, just 1 degree at both Perisher and Thredbo. Winds picked up in Jindabyne this afternoon, gusting to 44 kilometres an hour. And to the ACT, cloud cover increased throughout the afternoon. Goulburn could still see showers later tonight, and there were cool winds in Canberra. 7 to 20 was the stretch there. On the satellite, a ridge of high pressure across Victoria is extending an onshore flow across eastern districts of New South Wales. On the synoptic chart, a trough currently across inland New South Wales is likely to produce unsettled weather in many central and eastern New South Wales districts over the coming days. To the forecast for the south coast, mostly cloudy with showers. Ulladulla will reach a top of 26 degrees. Further south, looking pretty much the same there. Bega also 27. And inland for the Snowy Mountains, we've got a medium chance of showers and possible afternoon storms. And to the ACT, possible showers in the morning and the chance of afternoon storms as well. Goulburn reaching a top of 24 degrees. For Canberra, a shower or two and a top of 26 expected there. And taking a look at Canberra's temperatures for the week ahead, looking mostly sunny and warm to wrap up the working week. Then we're expecting to see a few showers over the weekend before a return to partly cloudy conditions early next week. That's all for weather tonight, Bruce. It's back to you.
Thank you very much for that, Christina, and thank you for your company this Wednesday, February 24. That is how we saw your news across the capital. Thanks for your company. See you tomorrow at 6. We'll take you now back to Googong Anglican School and see how the kids there are getting on with their new recycling program.
This has been a Win News presentation. Win News, Regional Australia's #1 news source.